All right, here we are. Picking up from a session from this morning where everything from my mic frying in the middle of a session to my landlord calling me saying, oh, oops, the solar guys are here with the city's electric thingy and they're going to hit the switch and your electricity's going to go off in 15 minutes. I am here now recovering with everybody on stream. And so we're going to start right now. Just full, let's go. So the first one that we have in here on this, oh, look at this. I did refresh, some things changed. Ginger, how are you? I hope you had a really good week. Ginger's in hot with a band called Peter Robinson. And the name of the track is called Shelter. This music video starts with a little intro to introduce the track. Please don't skip it, as it will ruin the story. Okay, please watch the whole video. Okay, no problem. Easy peasy. It was a very generous cup of coffee you bought, so not a problem. So let's do this. This is from Ginger. All right, here we go. It's like a little cutscene before music.
Iつからか考えなくなった。考え方。それすら忘れてしまったのかも。変わらない自分だけの世界が、毎日が続いていく。でも寂しくはない。どうってことないんだ。
Nice. I love the super wide stacked synths. Sounds fantastic. Great chord changes too. Very unique engineering technique with the vocals. You know, just sometimes those pulsing stacked synths are slightly distracting, as much as I love the chord changes and everything. It's a cute story. I'm in that mode right now, as you know. I can identify with this. Clever filtered sweeping there. That was really nice. This is nice right here. I think it's perfect timing to come in. It's almost like my ears were asking for a chill, and this is great.
思い出が悲しいことだったとしても信じて進んでいくんだ。寂しさを知ってしまってくじけそうになってもあなたのおかげで思い出して強くなれるんだ。一人じゃないってあなたのおかげで。
Oh, sad. It's just about losing her dad. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. I just kind of went, oh. I was like, yeah, I feel the same way, Saseagio. It was like, oh, God. That was really sad. I mean, but the thing is that the track was so uplifting. Obviously, she seemed to have been living in a space of recalling and memory and hanging on to the memory and you know, waiting for that phone to ring. I think as many people may have gone through if they've ever lost anybody in their lives. That's what it seems like. By her dad. Oh, Ginger, that's unique. Wow. Yeah, that's a really super cool short story, short movie, you know. And if anybody's ever experienced loss at a young age and stuff like that, you know, you just, you know, a lot of things you hang on to and stuff. I can't imagine right now what. Like, I haven't lost my mom yet, so when my mom passes, I know there's going to be all the tweets and Facebook and stuff that she pops up and stuff, which is different from 25 years ago, when someone left with, you know, whatever you may have tangibly. So to have to, you know, have the access to somebody's social media after they've passed away, like much what's going to happen to me one day. One day I'll be gone, and you guys will go, oh, the avocado. You know, and you look and you can actually go back and revisit and research or wait or read texts and stuff like that. It's a whole new way of mourning, if you would. But I love the song albeit that subject matter. I love the song, and it was happy and it was lifting, like living in a good place through this. Musically, like I said, I think I got to a place when I was listening to the track where that kind of I don't even know how they do that pulsing, compressed vibe, you know, with those stabs and stuff. I started getting just a little like, okay, please give me a change. I just, for myself, maybe it was just where my head was at listening to the track. But I thought it was a beautiful melody, and I thought it was a great video. The whole thing was cool beans. Next up, Super Mario World. This is a game from the bus of 1 a.m. Hi, buddy. How are you? Stoically parachuting in again. This is a jazz track from Super Mario, which was a really big theme earlier on the session. Thank God that my earlier session I was saving to my hard drive. So this one is called Super Mario World Ending, I think. Oh, it's an 8-bit big band cover. Oh, all right, super cool. Everybody wanted to hear this, but nobody wanted to donate it for it, so I will. There you go. It's 1 a.m. coming in clutch. So let's thank 1 a.m. for this one, this particular track. If you're a big fan of the Super Mario, how do you do franchise? All right, 1 a.m. Thanks so much. Here we go. What? Wow. I always loved that the trombones always got that task in big band. Love that answer back. He had stank face, drummer. I hear a banjo. This makes me feel like I walked into a Farrell's. And you only know if you know what a Farrell's was. I love the drummer's stank face. Beautiful little trill rundown on the strings. I love that. This is so well engineered too. This sounds fabulous. Something in my head also goes, man, this would sound like great, like a Family Guy kind of vibe. Wow, that was really nice little row with the piano doubling on that. Right, that like a Family Guy thing, right? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that was great. That put me in such a good mood. Uh-oh. What's going on? Okay, that's the end of that. That put me in such a good mood. It wasn't when I had mentioned the Family Guy thing, it wasn't that it sounded like it's constructed in the same, very big band oriented. Now, So what you guys are telling me, so 1 a.m., was this a big band cover of the original, or did the original have a big band added to? You know what? Maybe we should check out the original. Let me. Do you guys mind if maybe I listen to a few seconds of the original ones, just so I can get an idea of what kind of work these guys did on this? Oh, that's the band's name. Yeah, let me check out a little bit of just the original for a second. I'm just kind of curious on thing, OST, whatever. Maybe that'll help. And let's see what this sounds like. It's just kind of curious to see where the original. Oh wow. Okay, I get it. I like both of them. It's such a well-written piece, and even though we just heard the big band version of it, this is great for. This is fantastic for the end theme. Still yet, very super clever arrangements for the minimalistic, you know. I mean, for the minimalistic instrument representation. Yeah, Judgment, that's a great way to put it. This is so fun. I didn't even play the game. I'm happy I'm at the end of it. But this has a little bit more of a carnival-y. Da, 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 da. All right, that's it. I just wanted to hear with a little bit of the original. I loved it. But it's it's a really good testament also to the composer just writing a really super cool, clean, catchy piece of music that just gets into our head. You know, no matter what our listening, preferences are, it's just a really super, ha-cha-cha. I'm sorry. I'm in a good mood right now, okay? Anyhow, thank you so much, 1 a.m. I appreciate that and all the other things you do as well. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, DJ Tambor. This is your call here. DJ Tambor, you've won today at the Fancy Avocado Dono Session. I don't know why I did that. This one is called YS3 Wanderers. Let me put it together. Wanderers from YS. The name of the track is Valestein Castle. This track plays when the main character explores a castle that was turned into a hellish dungeon, with all the castle's inhabitants being turned into evil monsters that he has to fight to find the special key to unlock the clock tower to move on towards the second half of the dungeon. The flute in this track is really good too. Thanks for that, DJ Tambor. I love reading these notes now. So let's see what we got here, guys. All right. That kit snare, man. Hi, Snake. is this from a video game? I'm sorry, I didn't check. I mean, I read that, but... Oh, it's an action RPG? Okay. Is there a little bit of the original melody, like the leitmotif, the theme mixed in to this particular track? Like this part. Like I like that with the bass. Oh, good ending. I like that. So was that 16-bit? I think also 1AM may have asked. I mean, Snake asked that. That snare, that long white noise on the snare, I was like trying to pull away. But it also sounded like it repeated a couple of times. So this is just probably an extended play of something that's probably only about 40 seconds, you know, before it kind of loops back. So I didn't hear anything that separated out too much. But is that melody stuck in my head? And so this is a 90s PC game. So in the 90s, is that when games drifted more onto PC? I don't have any scope on that history. I know it goes 8-bit to 16-bit, and then, video game based. I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. Video game based modules or whatever you want to call it. Consoles, right? So when was it that video games started becoming a PC thing where they were focusing on building on PCs? On the Commodore 64. I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm sorry, I was catching up on some of that. Well, I mean, yeah, because of the fact that also, you know, PCs were also being, you know, purchased more on the masses and, you know, without a doubt in the 90s and all that sort of stuff. But I was just trying to figure out in my head exactly at what point did we go from like that Commodore 64 vibe, dedicated modules, to where they started spending more time thinking about, you know, doing games on video, building video games on PCs, you know, so anyhow, that track, it was nice, it was chill, it was that kind of thing I'm getting used to listening to, these energized, charged compositions when it comes to games that you have a lot of action going on. So really nice arrangements on there. Nice little thick synthy little stabby chord changes and everything. Okay, next, funny enough, username Nex794 wants a game from, wants a track from a game. Thank you very much for your generous dono there. And that is Sonic Rush is the game we're taking our next musical cue from. And this one is called Raising Me Up. So let's do it. This plays during the credits. Okay, good. I know in my head where it is that it's going to. So usually when, if I'm right, if I'm taking a lucky guess, anything that's being played in the credits is going to rinse pretty heavy on the leitmotif. Of course, you guys can chew me out in the chat if I'm wrong, but I'm just saying. Let's go. Oh no, I'm waiting to hear it. Dun, 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 dun. You know the bass line from that real big song way back in the day. Funny though, the same kind of genre vibe though. Sounds like a super great ending credits. Walk on the Wild Side, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I do have to stop for a second because when it first opened up, what was the name of that big hit song? Is dun dun tak dun 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 dun. I think it was like a 70s funk thing. Is that the track that you're talking about, Emon? I forgot what that is, but it just so reminded me of that. It's just why I'm like so into this. And it's a great sounding track. It's really fun. What a great way to end the game. Just a real upbeaty thing. Yeah, the background vocals give it that gospel vibe. I think it was also produced purposefully to give us that nostalgic, you know, the way the sounds are. The little high end is kind of rinsed off there. Nice groove track, man. Yeah. So this is one of those tracks that, for myself, when I write, sometimes it's really fun if you just have this repetitive chord pattern. And sometimes for libraries, I've had to do this, and I'll write 16 bars of that. And in that 16 bars, I will build it to the ridiculous horn riffs and counter arrangements and stuff like that, and then copy and paste and bounce it down and remove and pull in and add, and, you know, some removing of the stuff. But at the very beginning, there was this kind of horn riff thing that was really, really super clean and cool in the arrangement and stuff. But it was just that nice little groove thing that was just kind of super chilling and stuff, and I really super dug that. And especially all the tracks that we've started with has been kind of fun and uplifting and pop, you know, kind of, you know, catch your breath, maybe perhaps from the other, from the earlier session today when I had to go abruptly stop. But apparently pretty nostalgic for anybody. I don't know how many people like will listen to the end credits of a game that play games. You know, usually it's the end. It's almost like, you know, how many people walk out at the end of a movie, never stay for the whole thing. But it was really, it's a super catchy ending. It's something that sticks with you. And part of it is that dun you know, kind of a vibe. That was a nice track. Look at me, I'm so happy. I'm eating peanut butter and I'm happy and I did what I was supposed to do. All right, guys. Vex is in the house. This is his your dono amounts, man. Okay, this is a band called let me see. See, look at me, I'm singing it still. Can fun it. Music in Low Frequencies is the band, and the artist, the song is Unconsciousness. And the message is, let me see, formed in Portugal in 2012, Music in Low Frequency is gathering of three friends that thrive throughout the music industry they create together. Or the music they create, not music industry. All right. All right, Vex, let's do this. Let's see what Vex is bringing us here into the session. All right. Very dark dominatrix kind of vibe.
Hang it so everyone can see all that rest of me. Your eyes despise the world that made you this damn cold. But
Now let's see if he goes into that Phrygian mode in this lead work. Because you could kind of fling around with the Mixolydian through here. Wow, they're fattening up the guitars real chunky right now. they're definitely not diverging from the pattern of just continually hitting us just with the same, you know, chord changes. You know, in my head, as dark and as gnarly as it is, I'm waiting for like some lead work to be going. I don't know, that's just me. Sorry, I ruined the song for everybody. I can't tell if there's a little pad back there or they've just doubled and layered up the guitar so much that here in the back. Man, that was a hell of a vocal performance. Yeah, VibJad16, it is that list. You know, so as far as stepping out of a couple of chord changes and stuff, they stuck right, just consistently leaning right into your throat, just with these chord changes, just sitting right there and just grinding it out for you. But then they started to thicken it up and add some other layers to it, kind of getting close to a Devin Townsend kind of vibe, guitar-wise. The flex on her voice, where she came in with that sultry vixen, S&M-ishy, siren vibe to her, like calling you come to, and then she, you know, goes out into this ripped tone. I'm a big fan of female vocalists in the metal world, for the same reasons as I am of male vocalists, is because of the insane training that it takes to do that. You know, I learned early on a few years ago when I first heard, I think it was Ginger, was my very first exposure to something as beautiful and wonderful as her voice is when it's clean, but she's got probably one of the most ballsiest grind fries to her voice. And then there's all kinds, and all of a sudden I'm listening, there's so many different that deploy. I like to say they deploy that technique because a lot of times part of their musicianship as a performer in a song like this is that ability to go into the, you know, the cleaner vocals and stuff. And it doesn't have to be pretty or cleaner vocals. There's a lot of female vocalists in the metal world that I've heard that have nice little sizzle in their voice, even though they're doing melodic things. But then when they just, you know, when they triple down onto that, you know, darker, grindier kind of vibe, you know, I'm all for it, without a doubt. I love the sound. And there's actually a little bit of a different sound to that. You know, obviously between men and women, you know, vocalists that do that ripped part of their vocals, just by virtue of, you know, all the other conditions that it takes to generate tone in wherever you're singing and performing. You know, the size of the throat, the kind of thing is going to make a difference. It just doesn't all sound like Cookie Monster, you know, through and through. It's like one and the same. No, they all have their own little unique tones to it, and that's what I fully dig. Yes, Courtney LaPlante is another one. Yes, Emma Boster, if I said it right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. So there's a lot of great female powerful vocalists in metal, and I appreciate the work. You know, even the Floor Jansen, going from Floor Jansen to, you know, what we just heard. You know, there's just incredibly powerful female vocalists in metal, and I'm always all good on it. Okay, so what are we doing here? Stand by for a second. Next up is Kairu, sliding in with the penny donation. Well, not a penny donation, pennied up. in the creeping up of the dono. I like that. No, he pennied up. He like beat somebody out by 1 penny. So that's $106.01. That's really good. Thank you. I don't know if that's a typo. No, I'm kidding. Kairu's going, wait a minute, I didn't put that much in there. That's not with the Oh my goodness. Okay, so Kairu wants to, we're going to do another Sonic game. And this is Funk and Sonic 3. So let's have a little fun, guys. I'm really enjoying this session. I'm having a good time. Let's keep our fingers crossed that my mic doesn't make me do my vocal fry. I think you'll like this one, Jeebs. The guy plays bass over the track from Sonic. Oh, great. It's a cover. Or it's a musician glow, if you would, of this. Okay, guys, let's do this. Cairo bringing it in for us. Here we go. All right. I do dig this. And any musician knows sitting in your room and whittling away to your favorite track is some of the best fun you'll ever have. I love the clavvy tweakiness of Really, Ginger? I had no idea. That's great. No, it wouldn't have surprised me. I wonder if this had to do with it. Oh, just kidding. You know, guys, I could never play the bass with the pick. I've tried before. I just can't do it. I don't know why. I love the sound of his bass, but I don't know if it's his, because he's playing the bass perfect with the bass line of the track, so there's a marriage between the two. Yeah, I can differentiate. It's just a very unique tone. I give you a big thumbs up, Dudamus. And for anybody who's a musician out there, I'm sure you can appreciate this too, because I think I do it every day myself. For at least 1 hour a day, I pick up my guitar and I just go through track after track on YouTube and I just let it roll and play and figure out what key it's in, and I do all my own noodling and stuff. And as a matter of fact, a couple little stories on my Decomposer Lounge with me playing some guitar and bass and stuff is always over, except for my bass. There was one bass thing that I did over a track that I kind of whipped up. But I think the noodling and the wood shedding in the bedroom with the instrument is probably the more powerful memories in a musical soundtrack of life of any musician's journey. You know, when they're practicing in their room, or if it's drums, you know, you were lucky enough, you were out in the garage. You know, my dad's studio when I was a kid, I was really, really super lucky, so I could play drums. Neighbors didn't vibe out too hard on me. I just was always usually done by 8 o'clock at night. But, you know, I had a place to go to. But, you know, for as many people who's ever woodshedded and practiced in your bedroom, this is that perfect vibe. Good on this guy. Thanks, Kairu. This was cool. I dug that. Yes, I did. Linkinsky. All right. Wow. This is all by chance, guys, because this is the Dono thing. This is another Sonic. This is Sonic Team Racing. Is that the same thing from the same French fries? Let me see. Let me see which one. Oh, this one has excuse me, hiccup. According to the genre, Lost Place, full mix. This is a rock track, I guess. Thanks for the music streams. It's been a good source of listening to various new songs for me. Same here, bro. This music stream has actually changed my perception of what was out there. So I love everything about it. So thank you so much, Likinski. And this is for you. So he's bringing us something in here. Apparently it has a little bit of a rock genre to it. So let's see what this is. Got that go, 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 go Tom Cruise kind of thing and Top Gun kind of vibe, doesn't it? Except obviously a little more melodic. Actually, this grinds harder than that. No offense to the Top Gun composer. I just love the change that happens to a track when you add guitar like this. Ooh, the bass work there. Ooh, that bass, why is it louder? It's smoking right now. Full-on 80s theme show vibe. At least at this point, I love where the bass and everything's just driving. Dun, 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 you know, eighth notes. I guess maybe this was in gameplay, right, during driving? I could see it matching that. That MIDI doubled layered track with the piano and that stabby strings. That bass player's crushing. This is just such a fun, punchy, for lack of a better term, just as a real pop punchy driving track. Speed up a little bit? No, it didn't. I thought it did. It felt like it. Did it punch a bit? Great ending. So in this kind of, I mean, I heard some repetitiveness in there. So apparently this was a part of a track or part of gameplay that had loop points. But you see, I don't know if composers do that, and if they write a piece where, you know, it does something like this, like let's just say it's 32 bars of, you know, the track, and then it does, you know, certain looping, they'll, or at least in this mix or in this cut, they do some arrangements and stuff like that, but it could be kind of bled out to be a looping point in a game. But then when it's released on a downloadable version or something like that, it actually has a definitive end like this. You know, so, but yeah, it definitely had a lot of reminiscence of that kind of 80s kind of vibe that I had mentioned earlier, kind of had a, you know, go, 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 Top Gun, oh, yeah, everything's cool, you know, all the chord changes upbeat and stuff. There was no darkness in any part of the chord changes here. I like the nosiness, if you would, of the guitar tones, especially in the lead. But what I was saying earlier is it just makes such a unique difference that if there was guitar through that whole thing, they were just kind of buried within the chord changes and stuff like that until the little lead came in. But if that wasn't there, that track would have been so kind of polished pop music sound. Just adding a little bit of that dirt in there, even though it was a very uplifting kind of track, very positive chord changes, you know, and usually distorted guitar is not necessarily associated with, hey, let's have fun. You know, it's, I'm just saying, just as the way I would utilize it. And, you know, if somebody was to say, can you write an upbeat track that, you know, the first thing I wouldn't think about would be distorted guitars. It might be something I think about to lift a section in production after the, you know, the bulk of the basic tracks are written. I say, oh, you know, it really sound good here. Let me just double it with, you know, the 1/5 kind of chord, you know, punchiness or whatever. And so anyhow, fun track. Okay, next up comes from Great Sage Son. This is a band called, Jesus, I'm getting cold. Stand by, I gotta turn off my air conditioning. Cold. Gads. I started getting cold. Okay, so this one is coming in. This is a band. Oh, we're going to do some metal, guys. So it's been a really fun, happy, gamey session. Now we're going to be doing some metal. But we have a lot of games coming up still. Quite a few, as a matter of fact. Super Smash, Disco Asylum, Black Mesa, all kinds of stuff. Okay, but for right now, we're going to get this track. And let's see, what do we got going on here? This track, first of all, he said happy weekend to everybody. That was his message to everybody. So have some positive power, have a great weekend. Okay, well, that's what this is about. So let's see what this is, but it is a metal band. So let's do this. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday night hanging out with me, or is it Saturday morning for you? Very power theme oriented, you know? You hear those little synthy horn stabs?
Among the clouds where the sun rays play, our hearts will dance with the silver stars in the light of day. Over clouds of wind and rain, chill the skies beyond trees, spread our wings and flying high and high. Through valleys deep and rivers wide, our spirits wander side by side. Over the rainbow into the light, beyond the open skies, we're flying high and high. Just close your eyes, let your spirit shine.
Yeah, happy metal is right. And they authentically really are giving out that vibe, you know? there's that stereotype of metal, but they're like, yeah, we're still punching metal, but can't we all be in a good mood for a change?
Over the mountains, hand in hand. Over the heights, wishful dreams expand. In the ghosts of nature, hearts unite. Through the clouds beyond, we're flying high and high. Just close your eyes, let your spirit shine.
Song construction is very pop culture, not pop music, pop culture. We've already been in the hook 3 times and we're not even 3 minutes into the track. So great song construction for that. And the chord changes, you know, those positive chord change, you know, the whole thing is just a gigantic uplift. You know, a lot of stuff was built around that pattern where we're fading out on. That whole thing was pretty much at one point or another going through the whole track and everything. It was just a gloriously super stoked metal track, you know, and which is that juxtaposition, I think, in that, like, looking at what metal is, and they're all dressed in black and they got their flying V guitars and all that sort of stuff. It was just super positive and uplifting. I saw somebody ask the question if it was Christian metal and at first or something like that. And at first I was thinking, you know, maybe it had that vibe, but I don't really know that market, or I don't know if there's a genre, such a thing as Christian metal or something. But it was just the fact that I think that everything about it was so positive and uplifting and stuff, and it was very well arranged too. Like I said, in a pop culture music theory way of writing a track that would have been radio friendly, which is a way that it used to be. I mean, they still kind of hold to that, you know, that the listener doesn't have more than 4 minutes to handle a track. So you got to get into the hook. You've heard me say it a million times. In it in a minute to win it, you know, and it had to be short enough, you know, that I don't know if you guys, radio is so dead just about now, but the radio concept of programming was the reason why the tracks were to be between 350 and 4 and change is because they wanted to fit X amount of songs in between advertising programming, you know, and so that's why, like, for instance, big hits like Stairway to Heaven and Bye Bye Miss America Pie and stuff like that never made radio play until some DJ in some backwoods, you know, radio group decided to flip it over and play it, and it was such a response, you know, they saw the movement go that way. But it was an ingrained part of songwriting. Even the years when I was writing demos for labels out in LA and stuff like that for their artists, or just helping them with basic tracks, it always had this structure, you know. You got 4 bars, maybe with an intro, maybe 6, maybe sometimes 8, but then that would short the verse, get into a turnaround, be in the hook within a minute. This song was perfectly constructed for that, you know. But the call to me still is that glorious chord changes and all that sort of stuff. I'm still just hearing in my head. You know, it's one of those like subliminal hooks. You like the shirt, Joan? Yeah. This is old, man. I can't find any more like this. I've looked in the brand in the back and the tag going, I got to buy another one, because you know when the shirts get really old, you start getting the little holes, you know. We don't have boll weevils in Hawaii, so the holes of, like, you know, the material getting in the hot spots of, you know. Anyhow, I digress. But if you hang out on my streams. Digressing is what I do. Really quick, guys, just want to give you a quick reminder. If you are doing Wheel of Cheese, I have now laid down the law. Wheel of Cheese, nothing over 7 minutes, please. If you've been in Wheel of Cheese, you dropped a 9-minute track, a 10-minute track, even if it's 7:47. I just want to be courteous of everybody's opportunity in the Wheel of Cheese to actually hear music, try to get as much in. Very much like that radio programming I just said. I want to get enough people in there. So please, if you just did Wheel of Cheese, your track is longer than 7 minutes, it's not going to happen. And go back in there and fix it or look for another track. I want you to participate because that's what I want. But I just want to reiterate that that's what we are doing and focusing on as well, so that many people can get the opportunity of Wheel of Cheese. I'm such a nice guy. Jesus. It's only 60 minutes. No, yeah, that's not happening. Sorry, man. Unless you're gonna dono bump it, you know, with a nice gigantic cup of coffee in the dono. That makes the slip. I have played a couple tracks on the dono thing. That's been between 15 and 20 minutes, but usually the people who match that with the dono, it averages out like, you know, $1 a minute or $1.50 a minute. Not that that's what you have to adhere to, but, you know, just by being cool kind of vibe. Here in Hawaii, we call it being pono, being, you know, be cool about it. Okay. So anyhow, excuse me, I hack. The next track is Snake. Oh, Snake, stop playing your game. Pause your game. I know you're lurking in the background if you haven't gone to sleep. But so if you have, you know where to go. To our YouTube VOD channel, which I renamed too. I finally renamed it the Avocado channel. Finally, I renamed that channel. It's the same link. I decided I'm going for it. So Snake wants a game. Snake wants a game. The game is Disco Elysium OST. And the name of this track is Precinct 41 Major Crime Unit. Dun 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 dun. And in his message, this is a very eclectic game about you playing as a detective investigating a suspicious hanging in a small town. Ooh, gruesome. It has random dice rolls and determines success and dialogue with the actions, and it's a very compelling story that goes to some wild and dark places. Cool. Thanks for that mindset. I love that. Okay, here we go. This is for Snake. Snake, guys, just in case if you don't know, he's one of my mods, and he is the reason why my show goes as smoothly as it goes, if you want to call it a show, whatever this is. He helped me with all the OBS and everything and created all kinds of stuff and helped me with the stream deck and programming, and it's just an all-around super cool beans cat. And so, Snake, this is for you. Let's do this. All right. Ooh, a Snake just threw the bones out on the mods. Look out. Here we go. Hey, Mail Choir, how are you? You just reminded me. Kind of locked in with the kind of a Celtic vibe to it. Nice. There was a weird dissonant harmonic that happened there. But there's this really super cool glassy little pattern that's giving it that ambient vibe. It has a long tail. Did that just major up? Oh, no, it didn't. This has a cinematic vibe to it. And when I say a cinematic vibe, I'm not talking the word cinematic does not mean orchestral necessarily, but something that you would definitely see in a major movie. Like it had a really pensive, I mean, that was a really nice track, even though it was that you know, full eighths. What was it, 6/8, and then that was a constant through it. It wasn't abrasive, so it really didn't bother me. And these glowing little instrument arrangements that would come in. I remember what I was just saying, and then Amon came in, that it was kind of this brassy arrangement and stuff, because it did have that kind of full brass vibe. Not quite a warmth to it, but kind of a buttery kind of vibe to it when it was sneaking in, but it was really well saturated in a reverb or a long tail off in the stereo imaging of it. So while the abrasiveness of the track is all the other arrangements in the back were nice and ethereal. And once again, Amon in his statement when I was talking about that that little pattern I was hearing, a lot of times now there's some really phenomenal tones that guitar players are getting out of, you know, locking up pedals and all kinds of stuff that you just swear, especially in the world of ambient. You know, you can hit harmonics with a delay and this on it with a little bit of a, you know, tone shifter or something like that and get some incredible things. So a lot of times I'm humbled and always will admit I'm wrong. I don't profess to know anything and everything. I just listen to music and I give it my best shot. But, you know, a lot of times there's things that are happening. And, wow, what a great keyboard sound, or what a great arrangement back there. It sounds like a pad, when you realize, if you watch the video or catch it on another, you know, scenario where you get to see the musicians playing, you're going, oh, wow, that's a guitar player that's doing that, you know? Or maybe a bass player is doing this weird thing that's causing that weird, you know, ambient vibe. So thanks, Snake. Snake brought that in the house. Mahalo. Next track is a band called Underrated from Lucas Fesu. And it's a metal track, and this metal track is called, or the band is Underrated, and the track is called The White Knight. Thank you for your dono. That was very nice, generous of you. Hi, Lucas here. I'm requesting a reaction to the band's song Underrated, The White Knight here. Oh, where I do vocals. So this is their band, guys. So let's give this a really big listen. I love that. Bands, come on in. Artists, come on in. Drop your stuff. You know, just guarantee it, and then it'll be heard with a dono. Oh, that sounded horrible, didn't it? But you know, the wheel of cheese can take forever. Anyhow, I love that, guys. So this is this gentleman's band. He's the lead singer here. So let's give it a nice listen as we do here in our stream. And you know, it's always When you're playing it like this live in front of everybody that gets to listen to it, you know you're going to get what you're going to get here in the responses. But the chat here in the stream is always fun and supportive. So let's see what we got here, guys. I'm really curious to hear this. Let's go. Is that volume pot that they compress? Wow. Wow. I love how they left the tone rattled on that bass through this really glassy section. This is great. Oh, Bang is right. And it doesn't sound like there's a doubled guitar process there. So it's just super well stereo imaged. But that zero down there, boy, is dark. Ooh, that change there in the chord. That'll wake your stuff up. That's as dissonant as it gets. Got to be an 8-string guitar, man. This is insane. video is intense as well, but we're definitely reaching into the darkness, the darkest end of humanity. Old Larkin, I completely agree with you on that. If this is one vocalist, though, doing all these parts, that's pretty insane talent there. But also in the interpretation, the heaviness of whatever's happening here. So many emotions are pulling through this track. That's Camelot, what you just wrote right there. I fully agree with that. The distinct uniqueness of being able to change intensities and tones and from the darkness of the video, it just seems like our character seems to be waking up in that, like it was a horrible dream type of vibe, or super hellish. And the Portuguese language is so beautiful too, and for it to be kind of pulled in tight with this heaviness and stuff is, I tell you what, this was without a doubt a very dark, gnarly video. Let me stop it here somewhere. You know, storyline. I have no idea. I mean, you guys were in the chat talking about, seemed like it was a bunch of different anime clips, you know, put together and whatever. And I obviously am not digging into the lyrics. I'm listening more of the music of it as well. Like I said, I want to lean into, well, first of all, thank you for putting your song here and having us listen to it. So that's a super cool thing. The vocals, like I said earlier, there's such a unique dynamics in the performance, and if it's one vocalist through and through, that's intense energy that's coming out through that whole thing. The guitar and the chugginess and the darkness of it, I like the marriage between that and this nice little like minute of the ending and the other couple of times that we broke into these glassy parts. I like that because some of those overtones I heard hanging out behind certain sections of the darker, you know, we don't even call it gent. What do you call it when it's such a low tuning? Is it still gent, or does it become a different genre at a certain point, you know, to get those lower, darker tones? But I understand that in the creative, artistic expression of it, of getting as low as you possibly can, because it seems like the sound is a dark, abysmal kind of tear into the soul, which obviously, based on the video, and I don't know what the lyrics are, that's what this was all about. So I don't know what the story is behind the track. Obviously, it was a lengthy track, but it was, you know, once again, boosted as a dono. But thank you for sharing that with us. You know, this was just released 7 days ago. I don't know, did we share the link? If you guys like this and want to support the band, I'm pretty sure we did, but I'm going to just do it one more time here. If you want to go over there and show some love, some likes, leave some comments for the band and support it. Underrated, I believe, was the name of the band. I just popped in. It looks like they may have just opened up this profile. I don't know how long it's been around. They've got 13 subs, but well done. And thanks for bringing it here on the stream. You know, I love listening to music from people when they actually come up here and go, this is me. Tell me what you think, which usually I'll always find the really good, juicy bits and pieces of that. So, okay, guys, here we go. Let me see. We got Scanvisor is bringing us a game. We're going from this track to a game. Yay! A happy game. Super Smash Bros. So let's see what we got here from Scanvisor. I scanned the Visa. Oh no, what just happened to the form? Did I just blow it? Holy crap, stand by. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, I hit something wrong. Mods, don't worry about it. Old man fail. You guys know me. It's going to happen. Let me try that again. That was kind of scary. So let's do that again. I thought I lost everything. I like all the donos and the Wheel of Cheesies. So this is a Super Smash Brothers classical orchestral in its genre. It's the intro theme. And this is by Scanvisor. How are you, Scanvisor? Are you here by chance? Nope. Okay, well, here we go. It's a shorty, so let's enjoy. Maybe for those of you who play Super Smash Bros, you know what is, if this is a boss fight or something, let me know. Here we go. God dang it, I hate when it does that. Oh, it's the opening. Very Disney. Very nice. A little call and answer vibe there. Wow, what a great opening theme. This is so cool. I hear a little snare back there.
Super Smash Brothers!
Oh my God, that was so cool. What a great theme. Like an opening, very Disney. You know, there was a lot of really super wonderful call answer, arrangements there. You know, very moving, very fun, very uplifting, very go, go, go. Apparently, I guess what I don't know, I can ask you guys, is there any repetitive, is there a leitmotif in this that is consistent through the other games? I don't know where we are. I've never played Super Smash Brothers, so I don't know if this is the 4th or 5th game down the line and stuff, but was there a theme melody through it all? It's a second game. Okay, so was there any kind of connection with this music to the first one, or is this a different lift? They remixed it for some special boss battle stuff. I see. Oh, each game has their own theme. Okay, great. So then what we were hearing was already like the bass line of our, not bass, B-A-S-S, but B-A-S-E. The bass line for a melody that was probably going to repeat through the game. I loved it. And, well, especially the way they did the sizzle reel, or this, whatever this was, this opening, which is always the one that you want to do when you're doing editing and getting, it's the trailer, it's the opening, it's the sizzle, it's to get you hyped. It's the hype track, if that's what they call it. But it was really nice, and it definitely had a lot of Disney-style composition in it, So, yeah, very like, all right, everybody, let's go. Get your Cheetos, get your Tostitos, get your grape soda, your Fanta grape soda. Oh my God, did I age myself? Do they even make Fanta anymore? I don't even know that they do. How many of you guys remember grape soda back in the day? I don't even know if they even make grape soda anymore. Probably because all the chems in there ended up at Flint, Michigan in the water system or something. I don't know. You know if you know. I feel sorry for those Flint, Michigan people. Anyhow, stand by. I got to turn on a little extra lighting here for me. I could do it from my phone. So I got to turn on some colors in the background really quick, or actually just some, because it's starting to get dark here, so stand by. Oh, look, it got purpley behind my head. There we go. Lights on. Bingo. That's my halo. I'm kidding. Psh, I'm such an idiot. Don't say that, man. You're going to program your brain. Don't ever say you're an idiot. I hear my mom echoing. Senor Wee, are you here? I hope you are. If not, you're going to catch this on the VOD channel. On the Avocado Twitch VOD channel now. This is a game called Black Mesa. Hey, buddy. How are you? I see you there lurking. Oops. So, the name of this track is called Ascension, and this is being brought to us by one of our regular usual suspects. And here, this is a climatic piece for a large battle right before the final boss. So it's a really high energy song taking place in a tense battle. All right, guys, let's do this. This is from Senori, and one of our usual suspects here. Let's go. Like a dark omnisphere stack jab right here. Wow. That low end. Are you saying this is fan made? Or is this original? Okay, this is the original music from the fan-made game. Okay, gotcha. Beautiful pad in the back. The design of that pad. Slow attack. Once again, it sounds like a really nice Atmospharen rubbery bass. Holding those eighth notes. Love that synthy brass vibe. Yeah, the melody there. This might be a good shooter game for me to check out, huh? Oh, there was that little sizzle of a swell of a fried Euro fried tone in the back there. One of the things that I liked about it is that they had two bass patches going at the same time at the very end, because there was that big swelly, you know, wah, 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 you know, kind of a thing. Then there was a part of the track where we got in, I had mentioned the eighths of those that rubbery, bassy, bouncy, boom, 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 boom. If that was the chord changes, I don't know. But at the end, they kept both of them, so they still jabbed as if it would have been like a, you know, an open guitar, crunchy kind of, but the tone battled itself, but it worked out really well. I love the vocal, the female vocal that kind of really embedded that little melody in my head. And then there was one chord change in there that I liked. That was really like it broke from the pattern just for a second. But apparently, so I finally got ready. This is a fan-made video game with original music. And apparently, Joel Nielsen is the composer. I really dug the track. I love the ambience behind it. Some of the programming of the pads in the back that had slow builds and slow, you know, tails and stuff like that. I'm just a sucker for ambient patches and stuff like that. So, okay, next up. Whoops, what did I hit there? I hit the bad button. That's what I've been doing lately. I've been just hitting clicking mousy stuff all day long. Purple Pickman Lover. This is a game called Earthbound. Apparently, this is a metal track. Let's go ahead and give this a listen. Thank you for your dono boost. I also noticed that I got some dono boosts on this session, Lisa and Mel Choir, so I see you there. So hang in there. So here we go. All right. Pokey Means Business is the name of the song from Pickman Leva. Here we go. I like this. Kind of a double Get Smart vibe, if you guys remember that show from back in the day. I love that. 8-bit neoclassical. What? Is this actually part of the track, or is this some weird... Okay, this is... Obviously, we're stepping out of 8-bit. Trippy. Somebody help me with this. What just happened? Is this some kind of mashup of the best of? They just went into blast core. Oh. Thanks for letting me know, Ginger. I thought I was losing my mind. That's when you're using the sample guitar and it just slugs down as the tone changes. This is a trip, but there's nothing really definitive that I can react to because there's so much shifting going on. Having a blast with the pitch bend. Raining it. Okay, well, so whoever the composer was on this last turnaround where all of a sudden it went from that, 8-bit, chiptune style thing into this, obviously had a thing for blastcore, metal, dark, because every one of those tracks that we just heard, if translated with real musicians and stuff, would have been dark and gnarly as hell, which I guess may represent the game. But it was definitely the poor man's version of gouging metal style tracks, but it has its place, especially in the history of gaming and stuff, in the history of sound development in games. As I learn every day from you guys, So when you guys tell me all the little things that I learned earlier about it was 8-bit that translated in this and had other channels, this is where I'm like, yeah, teach me. I eat information. Teach me, please. I eat the information is what I do. Anyhow, thank you for that. That was a definitely trippy track. Okay, next up over here, we're still catching up on the earlier today donos before I get into the new ones I just mentioned just showed up. And then I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to finish up the whole evening with Wheel of Cheese after this. If any donos come in after the next 3 that I do, that's going to have to go in for my next session because I want to honor a lot of Wheel of Cheese when I get back from my break, so... this one is a long track, but it was a dono boost. Thank you very much. This is from Mixisu, and this is actually a game that I've never played yet, but I've become fond of the compositions. And the game, I think you guys might know this, is Bastion. Remember that Bastion is the name of the track. So. It's kind of a medley, it is said here, that we're going to be checking out. So let's see what this is. Here we go. Is this what the music actually sounds like? And this is like of the session, or is this a cover?
All is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city on a hill.
Wow, so they recorded the session too for video. That's fantastic.
Someday those tears are gonna spill.
Oh, there's Austin. Okay, I got it. All right.
So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there.
Look at that harp. It's a beautiful harp. My goodness.
Gonna build that wall up to the sky. Gonna build that wall up to the sky. Someday your bird is gonna fly. Gonna build that wall until it's done. Gonna build that wall until it's done. But now you got nowhere to run. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long.
Oh, nice. Ooh. What a beautiful arrangement. These musicians are the best of the best, man. This is cranking. I don't know if the horns were maybe added later. Oh, there they are. Okay, I didn't see them in the session. I love the intimacy, power through intimacy in this arrangement. It's phenomenal. A true percussionist always comes prepared. Wow. Ooh. I felt that chord change. That was beautiful.
set my sail, fly the wind, it will take me back.
Oh, this guy's got a great voice.
Home, sweet home. Lie on my back, clouds are making way for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. Build that wall and build it strong for me. We'll be there before too long.
These little instruments are kind of sneaking in through the session that are. That's beautiful.
Eyes open wide,
That oboe sound had that kind of a head voice vibe to it. It was beautiful. I love how their voices complement each other too on this. Holy smokes, guys. That was it. That was it. That was 100% probably one of the best representations of the power of arrangements with such as what we'd consider a very intimate section of, organic instruments. You know what I mean? And that also is a testament not only to the arranger, the composer of the original music, the musicians and the interpretation of the dynamics that the arranger wrote, which I think I read this right, which was Austin. I think now I have a real reason to go, okay, Austin, we've been going back and forth on emails on a, when are we going to do like a podcast or something? I think this would be a fantastic discussion just on this piece alone. Because I'm so enamored by the kind of arrangements that composers do, such as this, that can bring out such intense performance and dynamics of large and beautiful and powerful down to the most intimate. One of the things that I loved through the whole thing was the presence of the acoustic guitar was so crispy. Of course, now we're talking about Abbey Roads. We're talking about the best of the best in the studios and mics and engineering. You bring that all together, and this is what the pureness and the power of, arranging and composition brings out, such emotions. To have the one, upright bass player, a cello, a viola, a couple of violins. The harp was, the harp sounded beautiful, but then that harp also looked like it was a masterful, museum piece, And each one of these musicians obviously are of the top grade studio musicians as well. So, maybe this would be something, it'd be something now I could say, okay, Austin, let's just talk about this one. I know you're busy. Let's make a short podcast, but let's talk a little bit about this piece and how you approached it. Because as a composer, I'd be very interested. I would love to see the original writings. I remember watching my dad do original writings and stuff, and he'd have his original, You know, the copyist would knock out all the stuff for it, but he'd have his original and stuff. And something else is this kind of remind me of the intimacy with the acoustic guitar and as it came in and as it built in. My dad did a project with producer Bill Petrell back in the day for an artist called Shelby Lynn. And I think the track was called I Am Shelby Lynn, or that was the name of the album. I don't know if this was the project or maybe the next one up, but Shelby actually had my dad come out and they recorded the strings in a barn for texture, you know, and very unique things. And these are the kind of magical little sprinkles of uniqueness that comes from, you know, the producer's call, the engineer's call, the artist's call, you know, and then, of course, having my dad come in and do the string arrangements for it. He thought he was going to do it like he usually works over. You would work back in the day at Ocean Way or Capitol or something like that. No. They're flying him out to Nashville, and they're doing the whole session in the barn. But the uniqueness of the arrangement with the dynamics of the musicians playing it and the whole essence of the setup and everything is what music, the power of music is for me. You know, my expression. Obviously, I've gone freaking long-winded on this, but Austin, I'm coming for you on the podcast. Anyhow, guys, let's continue on. What's next here? Let me see. Jakesterix, are you here? I have this, then 2 more, then I'm taking a break, and it's all Wheel of Cheese for the rest of the evening. Okay? This is a game, Kirby Epic Yarn. Let's see what we got here. Let me see. Where's Jakester? Maybe he's sleeping or playing video games or something. Because this is late for a lot of people already. This track is called Frosty. There he is. Hi, Jakester. How are you, buddy? I hope you're doing well. We're here on your track finally, Kirby Epic Yarn. And I know when you put the donation down, it was Friday, but I'm sure now it's Saturday or Sunday, wherever you are in the world. So let's do this for Jexter. And thank you so much for your cup of coffee for the dono session. And let's go. All right. This is so nice and light and fluffy. I love this. Of a string pad tied into the MIDI structure, I think. I'm not laughing at it. I just love the beauty and the predictability of that da da da. Oh, this is really nice. It's giving me a little slight callback to Mr. Rogers type work. You know what I'm saying? And the piano sounds beautiful. The engineering on this is wonderful. It's got the baby grand vibe with maybe it half shut. Oh, it fades. Beautiful piece. I loved it. These back-to-backs, the Bastion and this one was really nice. I'm feeling so fun and so, well, also I'm halfway done with a major cup of coffee here, but I love the fun, the playfulness of it. Is this now Kirby's Epic Yarn? I've heard of Kirby as a game, but what part of this music going to that game, was it a building part of it or something like that, or making something, or part of the storytelling of it? You know, it also kind of feel like, since I don't know Kirby as a game, it kind of felt like it had a Stardew Valley kind of energy to it, as, you know, being that kind of a game, perhaps. I don't know. But really, really, really pretty piece. You know, and so laid back the way it was played. And I love the piano sound, but I was sussed a little bit because of the, I did hear like behind it, very, very way back, that there was perhaps a little bit of doubling in MIDI information with a very high string thing that was way pulled back, but would only be heard when the playing kind of toned back a little bit. Kind of got in a little more into half note, whole note kind of vibe, and I can hear that in the back. I thought, wow, that's a nice reverb. I go, well, that's not a reverb. Something stringy happens beyond thee, as I would say. Alfsenvel Blade, how are you? How you doing? Okay, 2 more to go. I'm taking a break, and it's all Wheel of Cheese, guys. So, Lisa, are you here? Lisa, thank you so much. That was very nice, large cup of coffee. And then after that comes Melanchoir. Lisa wants a track. It's a game. The name of the track is Solstice. Hi, Lisa. How are you? How you doing? Is it evening? Is it really late? Or is it morning? Did you have to set your clock for this? This is a game. Oh, but it says the music is progressive. So let's see what we got here. And this is the title theme. And the title theme is by Tim Follin. And the message is, so this has an oscilloscope of all 4 channels in the new NES triangle and noise. What the Follin is able to do with these is incredible. All right. Let's see what we got here. And it looks like this is going to be a really fun video to play around with for those of you who know anything about tone generators of the old synth waveforms. This looks like this is going to be kind of fun. All right, guys, let's go. All right, this is from Lisa. True to form. Wow. Wow. It's like you're looking under the hood of, you know, synth waves. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Wow. What a great track. Busy arrangements, but they don't step on each other. It's wonderful. And now I get it. When you said prog, this would be the really proggy. I was like, kind of has an ELO Jethro Tull vibe to it, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's me. What a great track, Lisa. That was, well, very unexpected, of course. I was really looking forward to the journey of looking at the, you know, when I saw the thumbnail of it, I was going to see the, see the sine waves and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever in my life ever seen the representation visually of what it is I'm hearing when it comes to sound waves, you know, as they are assigned, the squares, the sine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then once I was like done looking and watching and A being what my ears were in response to what I was watching, I started to listen to the track and I'm going, this is super proggy, you know, and especially once again, I've said this many times about 8-bit composer, 16-bit and this kind of work. You only have so much room to work with, so you've got to make as much as an impact as you can. So how you use each sound and stuff, because you only have so much room to make it work, and turn it into something that is as proggy and fun sounding as it is a testament to the composer's abilities. You know, very much like the thing I just did with Austin Wintory, you know, just having the certain elements in front of you and making it sound as giant as you can or as small as you can with what you have in front of you is a super testament to the skill set of the composer and stuff. But very proggy. When I got down into listening to it, that's why I kind of came up with that ELO, Jethro Tull kind of vibe. I was like, going, yep, there it is. I can hear that happen. A lot of stuff happening on it. And even a couple of tracks, even a couple pokes at Yes, some early Yes tracks. I was like, ooh, I can hear that as far as influences were concerned. So, oh, we just said it at the same time. How funny, Camelot. You and I were thinking we were zenning on the same spot. So... yeah, I should check out a compilation of Tim's work as well. So, yes, simpatico. Yes, we were simpatico. Okay, this is the last dono boost of the evening, and then I'm going to take a break, and you guys take a break with me too. It'll be about a 10-minute break, and it's all going to be the rest of it Wheel of Cheese until I can't do it anymore. So who knows? It could be 20 minutes or 2 hours. I don't know. But let's do this last one here by Mel Choirblade, who I know is a musician. You or have a very musician's ear. I gandered to guess that. The band is, hang on, let me get to the button here. Me and my buttons. I've been having button issue all day. My mic is not fried yet, so woof. God, this session this morning was just wrought with challenges. Okay, this one is, all right, it looks like we're going to get a live performance here. And this is Masashi Hamuazu, and the name of the track is Atmospharen Suite Movement 3. Good to see you too. This is he says that this is a modern classical suite, and it's real simplistic and rustic. So let's do this. All right. Here we go. Oh, okay, that was the intro. Oh, nice. Here we go. Say it faster than I can think it, Amon. Beautiful dynamics in this. Jeez. Violinist is phenomenal. A little shift, kind of a little Prokofiev little vibe there. I like the answer back on the melody right there. They just went back and forth. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. That was fantastic. And when Aman had said the fact that the piano playing in the front, the first 2 minutes had a Ravel vibe to it, I was thinking about that because my father loved Ravel. So I was listening to the music, and when he was talking about the clusters of the voicings in the chords, they weren't really wide. The voicings were not widened. They were not out there. So when you have these very close clusters, kind of a little 12-tone vibe. Composition style, you have these unique or block chords. You know, my dad used to get, he used to Ravel in his block chords and stuff like that. So I was like reminiscing. And beautiful piece. I don't know where this is involved in a project, if this is just one movement. So I would love to find male choir. If there's is this the channel I should be looking at to see the rest of everything that this project's about? This one right here, I guess Benyamin Nuss or whatever this channel. If not, let me know. It was beautiful. I loved it. What a great way to end the Dono session. Absolutely epic way to end the Dono session. Okay, so speaking of which, I'm going to take my break, and then we're going to slide in for the rest of Saturday evening, West Coast time. It's almost over. It's Sunday, and I think it's even Monday somewhere. Let me go ahead and, excuse me. I did have It Snows in Australia. I noticed you did drop one in here, so I will catch you on the next stream because I want to spend the rest of it now on cheese. Wheel of cheese. So I hope you don't mind. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to choose a little something that we can listen to or maybe nothing at all. I'm afraid to put any music in there that might make you fall asleep if it's so late at night for people. So maybe I'll put back some surfing or something. I don't know. How's about if I'm just going to go do my thing. And I'm going to drop this on you guys while I take a break. So give me about 10 minutes, and I'm going to stop my hard drive. Bye, hard drive. See you.